Hello, this is David Childerley and welcome to your self-empowerment video tip of the day. Now we've had a lovely letter today come in from Karen from the USA, and Karen has recently joined the site. She's making some good progress, but she's really trying to work on a 20-year illness that she's been experiencing. She's sort of getting to the end of the line now and she's sick of how she feels, and she's asking me about my experience and how I changed my mindset and my thoughts and beliefs to recover from my illness some years back. Now I want to give you my sort of step-by-step guide to overcoming any illness. It's really 6 key points, and you may want to grab a pen and note these down, because there are reasons why people still feel bad after so many years. In theory, illnesses come and go and they teach us a lesson, but sometimes we don't learn the lesson, so we hold on to the illness until we're ready to learn the lesson. Once that happens, realization takes place and we make a full recovery. So grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, Karen, and let's give you some tips on how to overcome your current illness and health challenges. Number 1, take personal responsibility for your own health. Never rely on anything external to cure you. I would continue with any medication or any doctors that you're seeing, but whilst they're doing their bit, use your mind to explore the emotional root cause of your illness, because something would have happened 20 years ago, something that would have happened that would have set this illness into motion, and at that point you would have then realized that there was something in your life that was challenging. You would have gone to see the doctor, he probably would have recommended a number of things, and you would have tried all of those, and maybe after 20 years you're now having less confidence in your doctors and you're starting to believe that maybe you can do something to relieve you of your symptoms. So step 1 really is to take personal responsibility for your own health. That's what I did. I got to the end of the line with doctors. I was taking 20 or 30 different medications each day. I was having consultations, barbaric exploratory experiments done and tests, and it made me feel very, very fearful and very, very bad. And at the end of that process, they told me there's not a lot they could do for me. So it was at that point that I got home from the hospital appointment. I opened the cupboard, I threw all the drugs in the bin, and I said to myself, I actually felt better before I took all these. I feel worse now than I do before I started this journey up the hospital and with doctors. So I basically binned all of the medications. I don't recommend anyone else does that, but in my journey and my experience, I was just fed up with being sort of really fed anything but the truth about how my health was and what I could do. Never once did a doctor recommend to me that I could take responsibility and possibly the cure would lie within me. So step 2. Step 2 is you have to believe that if there's no cure in your external world, if the doctors can't offer you a cure, then there really is only one cure left, and that lies within you. Because as a human being, you were born with the most amazing immune system. You were born with everything you need, and it is more than capable of actually looking after you. When we attract an illness, it's the manifestation of our emotional stuff that we haven't been dealing with. It's the way the body lets us know. And when that comes into our existence, we rely on others, doctors, something in our external world to cure us. And really there is only one cure, and that's within. And you can cure yourself of anything, including cancer, if you only just take responsibility for your own health. Ask yourself, what beliefs, what guilt, what anger would I have to be holding on to manifest something like this in the body? Because when you have a disease, it's a body not at ease. The body is at dis-ease with itself. And when the mind becomes balanced and you release negativity, then the body can return to its place of perfect health. 2, Point number 3, you have to be prepared to let go of your secondary gain. Now, you've had this for 20 years, and there's always a lot of benefits out of a long-term illness. You get a lot of attention, a lot of people always being nice to you, and if you suddenly make a recovery, that can fade away and you can become back to being treated normal. That's quite scary to some people. A lot of people I've worked with get addicted to the secondary gain, and the thought of people not falling over themselves to help them and to go out their way to be nice to them, they find that quite scary. To be accepted as normal and healthy, they do find that quite challenging. So, that brings me on to my next point. Number 4, you have to learn to love yourself. Now, the reason you've got ill in the first place is because you didn't love yourself. You're not liking yourself. You're holding on to emotions because at a deeper level, you feel you're not worthy and you're not good enough. So really, your immune system is tied to your vibration of how you feel about yourself. If you love yourself and have a healthy respect for yourself, your vibration is boosted and you'll always have a healthy life. However, when you start not liking yourself, when you start putting yourself down, it lowers your vibration, and in that place, the immune system is not very effective. So really, you can cure all diseases in the body just by learning to love yourself, just by repeating affirmations of acceptance and self-love. That really is your key to wellness. But some people are not always ready to look in the mirror and say, do you know what? I'm just going to accept you now because I can. The thing you have to remember is when you're born, as a non-physical being, you experience this reality in a physical body. And you have 2 choices. If you love that body, it will be healthy for the rest of your life. But if you don't love that body that you find yourself observing the outside world from, then it's going to get ill and it's going to break down. Now, number 5, focus only on healing and feeling well. So stop telling people how bad you feel. Instead, start telling people that you're feeling better. Focus on feeling better. Change your story. Put a better message out there. When someone says how you're feeling, don't say, oh, because you're just going to make them feel bad and they're not going to want to spend so much time with you. So when someone next says to you, how are you feeling? Say much better. I'm learning how to heal myself. Focus on healing. Don't focus on pain and how bad you feel, because that will just attract more to you. It's switching that focus and realizing that healing, feeling good, doing things that bring you fun, learning to love yourself, learning to accept yourself, those are the only things you really need to focus on at the moment. My last key tip is something I still do every day. 20 minutes of direct sunlight absorbed into the skin without the use of sun protection. Now, it's vital to the body that we get a certain vitamin D3, and we only absorb that through the skin from direct sunlight. So I choose to sit in my garden every day for at least 20 minutes. I close my eyes, I feel the sun on my face, and I repeat a few simple affirmations. I am grateful for my healing. I am grateful for feeling healthy. Every day I'm feeling better in every way. And I will lay there and I will just absorb the sun for 15 or 20 minutes and I'll feel good about myself for that moment in time. When my 20 minutes is up, I'll put a t-shirt back on or I'll go and sit in the shade. Now, if you're going to spend more than 20 minutes, put some cream on because it will protect you. But actually, human beings, it's been scientifically proven, if we just take that 20-minute slot and absorb some direct sunlight, our body and our immune system will be completely replenished with vitamin D3. So I suggest, if you're not getting much sun, try and grab what bit you can, because it really will help boost your immune system. So, going through my 6-point guide again. 1, just admit that you're the only one that can heal you. Nothing outside of you can. So you take responsibility and you stop blaming everyone else for how you feel. You created this illness, you created the way you are feeling now, and you have the power to change that if only you take responsibility. 2, believe the cure is within and you will find it. 3, release your need for secondary gain. Do some tapping routines. Message me in the forum and I can give those to you. 4, learn to love yourself, because love starts at home, and you can't expect others to really love you unless you learn that lesson of love the self. It's why you chose to be here right now, to learn the lesson of self-love. And if you can do that, all will be well. Number 5, just focus on healing. Focus on feeling good. Don't focus on pain. Don't give that any energy and it will go away. And last, like I'm going to do now, go and put your feet up in the garden. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, so I'm going to go and get myself a cold drink and I'm going to absorb 20 minutes of sun. And I'm just going to feel good about myself, because that keeps me well on track. Well, I hope this has been useful. Any messages, pop them in the forum. We always have lively discussions in there. This is David Childerley, and I look forward to seeing you on another self-empowerment video tip of the day. Take care.